everybody. We have another incredible guest, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about some cosmetic treatments that you can do, some facials, some different things. I know a lot of people have questions. They're not sometimes sure, what a procedure means, what is microdermabrasion, what's an injection. So we have Miss Natalie Sharp from Skintology, and she is an aesthetic nurse practitioner. Natalie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it's Mrs. I'm so sorry. I know you're a mom as well.
Yes, I am.
And you are, so tell us just a little bit about your training and what you do.
Sure. So I actually became an aesthetic nurse practitioner 4 years ago, and I got various certifications after my graduate degree, and I've learned throughout, with different medical spas and different physicians. And I learned different techniques for dermal fillers and Botox and now Ulthera.
Okay.
So
fantastic. So a lot of training. Yes. And so what are these fillers? If people maybe aren't familiar with injections, what are some of the popular ones, and do they hurt?
Well, they can be slightly uncomfortable, but we definitely ice you before and after. We give a topical anesthetic. And there's different types of fillers. So for each part of the face, there's different fillers. So like, for example, for the tear troughs, you would do something like Belotero, which is really thin. It's very forgiving, and it'll do a really nice job at just covering this line over here. So it'll make you look less tired, more energetic, and, just happier.
Mm-hmm.
For the cheekbones and just the mid-face, to kind of get that sculpted look and lift everything up, there's a new filler called Voluma. So it's a variation of a Juvederm, but it's much thicker and it lasts longer. It lasts up to 2 years, which is great. And, you definitely have your Restylane and your Perlane, which are kind of the go-tos, but those are a little bit older. They're not used as much, but they still have their place. For the lips, I like either Restylane Silk, which is a new one that came out a couple of months ago, or Juvederm. So Juvederm, it's a little bit for somebody that likes a little bit of a more oomph to the lip because it gives you a little bit more pouty appearance. And Restylane is a little bit thinner. So, it just depends. It's either a novice, everybody has their own style, their own look. So not every filler is right for each person. So you kind of gauge it.
Okay.
And Botox is Botox. I think most people know what that is, but there's also different ones. There's 3 different ones. There's Dysport, there's Botox Cosmetic, which is the most popular one by Allergan, and there's Xeomin by Merz. So Xeomin, it's also it's for the Botox novice that it doesn't really last as long as regular Botox. So it's really good for somebody that's just kind of trying it out and, wants to see what it's going to be like without that full commitment.
I see. So it's really funny. People either have an opinion they tend to love injections or they don't love them, but that's why we wanted to have you on the show, is to educate people about what it's really all about, and that, a skilled practitioner is implementing all of this. And so, I'd asked if it hurts, and you said it hurts just a tiny bit. Is there any other, reason why people wouldn't look into doing this? Is it safe and
yeah,
easy?
It's definitely safe. I mean, I prefer to use all the hyaluronic acid fillers, which are, hyaluronic acid is already made in your own body.
Okay.
And it really aids you to, produce your own collagen. So it's actually healthy for you.
Okay.
There's really no allergy to it. So personally, I stay away from the more permanent fillers. And hyaluronic acids are mostly safe. You don't really need allergy testing or anything like that.
Okay.
Botox, it's safe. Like with everything else in life, it's like a 2% complication risk, but those are all temporary and they're not really that serious.
Okay. So I know, you turn on your computer, you open a paper, there's all of these different ads for different type of treatments. Can you tell us about some of the different facials and laser and what that's all about?
Right. Well, one particular one that we actually just acquired in Skintology, which is great. It's Ulthera. So Ultherapy, this is a really, really nice skin tightening procedure, and it's basically using ultrasound energy to build collagen in the face. So together with the dermal fillers and the Ulthera, this is a perfect combination for a liquid facelift. So this is something that really builds on the deep areas in your face, and it literally builds collagens at a really deep level. So you only need one treatment a year, and you're going to see the best results 3 to 6 months from then.
Wow.
Okay, so it's literally a long-term commitment, long-term treatment. So it's the only FDA-approved non-invasive, techniques to literally getting a facelift, because you can lift the eyebrows here, you can do the mid-face, you could do this region where you have like the little, turkey neck, and here. So, and also the décolleté as well. So this is a new thing. So it's really interesting, like all the crepiness and things like that. You can literally just get rid of all these wrinkles here, because this area is really, neglected. You have a lot of sun. People don't really put on scarves or sunscreen that much. But
Sure.
yeah, so as you get into your 40s, you're going to start noticing that, those wrinkles coming up. So everything up here looks great, and then once you get down here, you really could tell your age. So this really, helps with that.
Great. And for people that aren't aware, what is microdermabrasion?
Microdermabrasion, well, this is basically you're just taking off the dead cells of the upper surface of the skin. So it's the epidermis. So it's a really nice treatment when you're doing, it's like a complement to the facial. So during the facial, that would be a great thing to do. And it's literally just makes you a nice glowing, face.
Okay. What about photofacial?
Okay. Well,
I'm going to grill you on everything I've ever seen online.
Okay.
I just need to know.
No, you're right. Okay, so for the photofacial uses intense pulse light therapy.
Okay.
Intense pulse light, it goes into the skin where it basically the light is attracted to melanin in the skin. So even, the sun damage that you had 10 years ago, it's not still up into the surface. So even only if you see the sunspots that are on the face now, those will come out. But even the ones that are, beneath the surface, those will also come out and flake off.
Okay.
So it literally gives you a nice clear complexion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I heard, does it make your skin a little bit darker at first and then?
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So for the week or two following the treatment, those little brown spots, they're actually going to get darker, and then they're going to flake off completely.
Okay. It's interesting. The reason that we did this show, I'm a life coach and an executive coach, and we've done, a lot of talking about how just having an updated look and having a, updated hairstyle and proper clothing can really make the difference between, either getting a job or getting a date or most of the things that people want. So we really felt it was important to educate people on, some of the choices. If it's something that they're interested in but maybe are afraid to ask, or you don't want to go in and get the brochure off the counter because it seems a little bit scary. So it doesn't seem so scary when you explain it that way.
It's not. And people will spend, thousands of dollars on a new handbag, but I feel that your face is a huge investment because that's the first thing people see, and a lot of things are, psychological, and people don't even know why they like you or not like you. Not saying that this is the reason why somebody would like you, but it builds confidence from within. You feel like you look good on the outside, so it kind of, that energy is on the inside, and that exudes into every area of your life. How you interact with people, to the image that you project, to how people respond to you, and how you just operate in the world.
Yeah, you look good, you feel good. I mean, that's one of my favorite sayings, and I think that that is certainly true. And we do all these shows on inner beauty, but it is very important. You can't just you have to do both. You can't just do all the inner and then forget your appearance. I know, being an entrepreneur and a busy business owner and a dog mom and all these things, by the time I get to doing my makeup in the morning, it's the last thing, and I have to stop and remind myself, I'm like, it's an art canvas. Like, this is what people are seeing. You have to take the time and, properly wash your face and do all the, things that as a type A person, I'm like, I don't want to do it. But it is very important because, as you said, people do make an assessment. And, if you look like you're updated and fresh and so forth, they're going to assess a little bit differently.
100%. And if you do all these treatments, you're going to need much less makeup.
Right, which is always nice. Great for me. I love that.
Right, less work to do.
So if somebody is just kind of a newbie, maybe they're, in their early 40s and they're just considering trying this out, where do you suggest that people start?
Well, I mean, it depends on the person. Ulthera, you can actually start at 35. That's the indication for it. And that's literally, that's really good for a long-term solution. And I would do maybe a little bit of Botox, just in the glabella area. So this is right between the eyebrows, because this tends to be the first area where people get that little line. So that'll just, open up your eyes and help you look a little bit more relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And less angry.
Less angry. Very good. Well, thank you so much for being here, and
Thank
you
you
for teaching us all this great information.
Thank you so much.
I love coming to Skintology. It's a great environment. Everyone's so friendly and fun. So.
Yeah, it's great there. I love it.
Great. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been the AskBonBon Show, real conversations about what matter most, where we bring you the people and the tools to create you. We will see you next time.